The Skirk and Shenhe banners have been revealed, and they are certainly something. Hey everyone, Sharkheart here, and I was able to stream a little bit before planning my dad's memorial, and I'll be doing that for the rest of the week. So I wanted to share my thoughts on these banners, as I might not get to for several days, so enjoy this banner review from the live stream. Let's check out these banners, since I got to come back for a little bit, and we got news of the Skirk and Shenhe banners. And these, actually, this one's kind of interesting. These two are not good, but the weapon banner is pretty interesting. So, you know what? Let's talk about these first. It seems like these banners were designed for Skirk, kind of, because like Dahlia with the shield and the attack speed buff for her, and she's a normal attacking character, so that's pretty nice. And then with Candace being, I guess, you know, at C6, she can be decent for like buffing normal attacks, and Skirk's infusion can't be overridden, so the Hydro infusion that she provides wouldn't matter. Diona, I guess, for a shield, so if you have the Calamity of Eshu, you could use her. But yeah, these are not good. These are not good 4 stars for Skirk, and then they're definitely not good for Shenhe. So yeah, these don't really provide much value at all, which is pretty bad, pretty unfortunate. But the thing with both of these characters, whether it's Shenhe or Skirk, is that they're really designed to work with a lot of 5-star and premium characters. So there are very few 4 stars that actually work really well with them anyways. Because with Skirk, you want Escoffier, you want Frina, you want like Yelan, and with Shenhe, you want her for like Wriothesley, Ayaka. Like, she can work pretty well with Skirk too. So these characters are really designed to be with limited 5 stars, so it kind of makes sense that the 4 stars aren't that good, even though they seem like they might be useful for them. But yeah, overall banner's pretty bad. Unless you just really want Skirk or Shenhe, I would definitely not recommend wishing on these. Even with constellations, they're not very good. So yeah, the 4 stars with their constellations still, I would say, would be kind of a big skip. The weapon banner, though, is pretty interesting. Azure Light, and it's really interesting because of the 4 stars. The 5 stars are not that good. Azure Light is very good for Skirk, but pretty much no one else, because its passive wants you to have 0 energy. And Calamity Queller gives you a lot of attack. It is useful on more than just Shenhe, because you can use it on someone like Yansan or characters that just want a lot of attack in general. But pretty limited for the 5 stars here. But the 4 stars are pretty interesting, because we've got Xiphos Moonlight, which is a really useful sword. Wandering Evenstar is the Catalyst, which is pretty, like, kind of useful. I use it on Nahida. I think it's pretty decent for a team that cares a little bit about attack, and also the EM as well. And then the Favlance, super nice. The Makaira Aquamarine, not really super useful, similar to like Xiphos, but you know, not really that useful on too many characters. And then we've got the Sacrificial Bow, which is not that useful either. If you're pulling on this weapon banner not for the 5 stars, you'd want to see a lot of the Xiphos and the Fav Lance, and then maybe Evenstar and Makaira Aquamarine, but the bow, So if you are going for, let's say, Skirk's weapon or Shenhe's weapon, hopefully you get a lot of Xiphos or Favs, because an R5 Xiphos is really, really nice on Kazuha. In a lot of situations, it's even better than Freedom Sword, his signature weapon, and it also matches him a little bit nicer, and it's just a generally pretty good sword if you've got a character that cares about elemental mastery. Sharing some of their, increasing their energy recharge and your team's energy recharge, while also giving them more EM, is pretty useful. So that's a pretty good utility weapon overall. Overall, though, I think unless you're just really all in for Skirk or Shenhe, I would not recommend wishing on these banners, and even for these weapon banners, I don't think I'd recommend using a lot of Primo Gems here. I think with what we've seen from the live stream and the potential for characters that will be coming out in Nod Cry and in the next version updates, we might want to be saving a lot of Primo Gems. So unless you're just really all in for Skirk and just really, really like her, I think this is a saving patch for most people. That would be my recommendation. So Hopefully, you get what you're looking for, whether you are going for weapons or one of these characters. But if you're on the fence, I just say save and wait for a character that is coming out. You may like them a lot more, and they may be a lot more useful to your account and not quite as restrictive or niche as Skirk and Shenhe are.